Hello, Seekers. Wildly of Wild Fempire here with your energetic and emotional field reading for the week of April 25th, 2022. So we're in the last week of the month here, and we're heading into dark moon over the weekend, as well as the opening of an eclipse portal. And eclipse portals are such potent and powerful times. And this one in particular is rooted in Taurus and Scorpio. So for myself, I read the eclipses as an opportunity to visit the signs that are participating in the eclipse and ferret out any places where we are not in alignment. And so with Taurus and Scorpio, we're going to be looking at the places where we might be chasing comfort over the truth and perhaps avoiding the depth of our emotional being. And in particular, around topics such as sexuality and power and things that sometimes get a bad rap or get lumped into the category of the negative or the dark. So all of these things are going to be pulled up for us beginning this weekend as we step into dark moon. And yet we'll still be feeling it all this week as we move towards that, right? Like life doesn't happen linearly the way we like to pretend it does with our clocks and our calendars. It's always a spiral, a cycle, just undulating and unfolding over and over and over again. And we're here along for the ride. We get to experience the sensation of this unfolding, this unfurling. It's like the snake shedding its skin. It's just this slow process that's always going. So it's not like when dark moon arrives on Saturday, just suddenly we are there. Like we're already moving into the process. It's already present here in this now moment of Moonday. And it feels really present with the card that came forward as the message for this week. We were gifted the Eight of Swords. And if you've been tracking me and watching these videos, you'll remember that at the beginning of the month, we were gifted the Eight of Pentacles to start the month with. And the eights numerologically are always the infinity loop. It's that essence of reciprocity, always an invitation to come back home to reciprocity and to take note of the places in which we are beginning to feel resistance or depletion because the energy exchange isn't equitable or in reciprocity in that way. And the Eight of Swords in particular speaks to the obligations, the projects, the jobs, the relationships, the choices that we have tied ourselves to. I really want to stress that word obligation. It's a much different vibration than the word commitment, right? Like when we commit ourselves to something, we are showing up to it in devotion. We want to give our life force energy to the experience because it is in that reciprocity. It feeds us to feed that person or experience or project. It feeds us. There is a cycle with it. And so when we began this month of April, it was inviting us outward to begin relating again, to be social, to be present to life outside of our comfort zone with discernment, right? And now at the end of this month, as we're stepping towards this eclipse portal, we are being invited in once again to evaluate. How did we do with this experience of becoming more social, of stepping beyond our edges and really finding what community means to us at this moment in time. And if any of the things that you have plugged into that you are now weaving into your life come with this word obligation, then it is time to take a moment to look at that. We should, I'm even going to rewind that. I dislike that word should. I am actively attempting to pull all the shoulds and have tos out of my own brain. It's an ongoing, lifelong experience. So you are invited. I am invited. We are invited to come into the space of removing obligation from our languaging and from the way in which we operate in life. We are not obligated to anything. We get to choose. This is the power of liberation. This is the power of being sovereign, is that we choose. We make commitments. We devote ourselves to the things that feel in right alignment, to the things that nourish and feed us, to the things that call us forward into our best and highest selves by being in relationship with them, whether it is a person or an animal or a cause or a job or your life's work. We are meant to commit to things. We are meant to live in devotion to things, but we are not meant to feel obligated. So this week, as we move towards this dark moon, I really, really want to strongly suggest that you give yourself some space to journal around this, to feel in to this concept of obligation and how it is presenting itself in your day-to-day life at this time. Do you want to feel the texture of the frequency of obligation? Or do you want to feel your commitments as a joy and tend to them and give to them fully because you've let all the other things go? This is a week to invite in deeper and nourishing spaciousness. And I hope that you have the opportunity to do that for yourself because you deserve it. This is the message for this week. I hope that it serves you well. I hope that you have everything that you need and that you are taking good care of yourself and perhaps even getting outside and getting some sunshine whenever possible. It is such a beautiful practice and will nourish you all year long. Take good care, and I will see you again next Moonday.